Okay, so tonight is challenge night. Some sort of problem with the connection or something, I don't know. Anyway, let's get back in gear. Am I with you? Hopefully. Just let me sort something out. Okay, so can you see me okay? Right, so yes, tonight is about going deeper and what's really under the surface of your pain. Pain is the final point of expression. It's the sum total of what's going on for you, your feelings, your thoughts, and everything else. It's the final. It's the tip of the iceberg. And if you want to look at how to use the focus of your pain to get rid of it, have a look at the video from last week, and it'll be there, and I'll be talking you through how to clear your pain using the focus of your pain. And tonight it's all about going beneath the surface, about looking at what's created that pain in the first place. And this is where it's all really at. This is all about you and how you're feeling and what you do on a daily basis, what you think about everything, what influences you, what your rule book is, because everyone's got a rule book. How to live and how to live in this life, live in this world. There are lots and lots and lots of rules we make for ourselves, and lots of things that influence us. So all those things, the bigger chunk of what you're made of, is really what creates the pain. And how do you know if you're doing something that's going to create pain? Well, it'll be things that you don't like and that are not okay with you. And they might be things in your thoughts. Maybe you're thinking things that are negative. Maybe you're thinking you're dealing with difficult situations or constant influence of negativity in some way, or something that you don't like. Maybe it's your feelings. Maybe your discomfort and your imbalance is in your feeling area. Maybe you get very emotional and you don't like that you do that. Maybe it might be in your physical side, things that you do that really grate on you. Don't want to do those things, or something that's not okay in the things that you do in a daily life. And it might be physical things that you do, that you don't like. And so the discomfort or imbalance or the problem might be in any level, in any area of you. And that is you. You are body, you are feelings, you are thoughts. You are so much more than that. You are many realms and many layers and many details and memories and reactions and all sorts of things. And that is really the bigger picture than you. Of you. And when by the time we have a physical symptom of some sort, or a problem, or aching joints, or throbbing headaches, or constantly getting woken up at night by a physical discomfort of some sort, or irritation, regular irritation, something that's not okay, by the time that something has formed on a physical level, that means that, on some level, somewhere, either in your thoughts, your feelings, or your activities in your life, or a mixture of all three, or the whole package of you, something is not okay, and your physical body is telling you and showing you something is not okay. And last week we focused on the description of your pain and what that means, and where is it in your body, and how to address that to clear it. And that's from last week. So have a look at that video if you need it. And but today is the depth of you, is the fullness of you, and what you do in a daily life. So how do you know if you're out of balance or you need to do something about it? Well, your body will tell you. You don't feel okay. Your body doesn't work properly. Maybe your ankle is stiff, or your shoulders are aching, or you have headaches, or something's not okay with your body. And it might be your feelings, and it might be your thoughts. Maybe you have a lot of negativity or irritation or something like that. And do you feel okay? Do you feel fab? Do you feel wonderful? And that's the state we're supposed to be in. That's the beauty of life, and the beauty of you, the beauty of your soul and your mind and how you function. You're meant to live in expansion and spirit and feeling fab. And if you're not, for whatever reason, whether it's something external from you, or somebody that you deal with or influences how you feel and behave, or whether it's something within, that it's something that you've taken on board within you, some difficult feeling or expression or activity that you don't like about something within you. This grunge, this negative energy, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't disappear. If you feel something that's not okay, or if you think something that's not okay with you, that's not a happy thought, that's not feeling good, or if you're physically, begrudging something, for example, or doing things that you don't like and you're not happy about, it doesn't disappear. Those sensations don't disappear. They're in you. They're you. They become part of you. And if they go on long enough, and you can't stand them long enough, and you find no solution to clear those things, they will fester. They get more, and they get kind of tucked under that carpet, and they develop into a physical thing. So what do you do if you're not feeling fab? And this is not about being perfect. Nobody's perfect. I see it. If you imagine yourself as a ball of gas, and we are ever changing, ever moving, ever shifting, ever adjusting, ever reconfiguring and improving. We're ever changing, and your body physically, literally changes constantly. Every single cell in your body dies and new ones grow, and your eye takes 2 days to completely regenerate. You have a brand new eye every 2 days. Your liver takes something like 3 weeks, or I heard the other day 3 months or something, so it takes a little bit longer. And every single cell in your body dies, and more new ones come. Your whole entire body, every cell in your body, every blood cell, every hair cell, every eye cell changes. Your emotions change from moment to moment, don't they? You don't feel the same right this minute that you did 5 minutes ago, and probably very different to what you'll feel 5 minutes from now, or 1 minute from now, second to second to second. Your emotions ebb and flow all the time, and your mind does too, doesn't it? Your thoughts shift and change and reconfigure and change and think about this, and ideas come in and it reforms and it affects everything else. Your thoughts change from moment to moment to moment as well. So we are ever changing, ever evolving, and creative beings. And to influence and change, if you're not feeling okay on some level, on whatever level, if you're not happy with your life, if you're not happy with yourself, and self-hate comes up a lot, and that leads to discomfort in the body and problems in the body, and anything that's not okay, anything that's less than feeling great, because that's our natural place to be, is feeling in love and feeling excited and interested. This is our natural creative state. And if you're feeling anything less than that, or neutral and calm, anything that's discomfort for you, it's very easy to develop into a physical condition. And especially if things have been going on long enough, that harboured thoughts, or that issue that just never really got solved, or that person in your life that just continues to hassle you and get you down, or something like that. Physical conditions come from a discomfort on the deeper part of you. So what do you do if you don't feel happy and fantastic or negative? You feel a flush of negativity or discomfort, or something you don't like, or somebody or something triggered a negative reaction in you. Well, it's very easy, considering that you're ever changing, ever evolving, an ever evolving being, and constantly readjusting. It's really easy. The first thing to know and get clear in your mind and get clear in your soul is that you always have choice, and you are the leader of where you focus, of what influences you. You'll always have full command of that power, of what will influence you. So isn't that great? Isn't that fantastic? You have the full power. Nobody else, nothing else, only you do. I heard a story about soldiers who go on their march in the pouring rain, in the middle of the night, in the freezing cold, up the mountain, with 10 tons on their back, more than their body weight on their back. And they march along and they jog along, and they're really happy. How come they're happy? because they're singing. They're telling their mind. Well, before I just come to the conclusion of the story, this healing technique I teach you is not a mind over matter thing. It's a where you focus thing. And these soldiers sing. They sing and they tell their mind to be happy. This is a great thing, even though something's really tough. And the point I bring this up is because when we let ourselves get influenced by something, of course our emotions get triggered. Of course more thoughts come after the next one. Like attracts like, difficult things pop up and we get into a negative state and we feel grumpy or rotten about something, and then the negativity forms and then we don't feel okay. So we go down that line. So be very careful about where you focus. And it's a really good trick or game to play to see how you can positively affect yourself and to show you that you have the full power of whatever happens to you, even if it's somebody else is doing something to you or affecting you, or somebody keeps or activities or situations crop up in your mind and affects you negatively, maybe a horrible work situation perhaps. So do this little trick. When you have the next sort of flush of negativity or discomfort in any way, in your feelings and your thoughts, I encourage you to think of something that is pleasing to you, that's something you love. And this healing technique is really quick, really simple, and so sweet. It's too crazy easy, and it influences you. Now, sometimes if you've got a bit of momentum going on, that of negativity, or a lot of demand, or a lot of powerful influence of negativity around you, it can be really challenging, and it can be easy to crumble and get back into the negative mode. But stick with it. You are the controller of what influences you and how you feel. Focus on something lovely. And I notice when I get irritable or negative, I feel negativity sort of overwhelm me, I'll ask myself something straightforward. What do I love? What do I love? And when you ask yourself this simple question, simple, direct, straightforward question, I immediately think about what do I love, because it's straightforward. The brain can handle that. The brain is eager to please, and if you give it direct questions, your brain, your thoughts will answer, and behind that follows your feelings, and then deeper than that is your physical body. So if you have back pain or problems with your body, or joints that won't work, or headaches, or anywhere that's not comfortable for you in your body, this is a deep level reaction to where you're focusing. And it's not necessarily your fault at all. Things happen to us and we get involved in things and it affected by other things. There it is. We're human. You're human. So just to know that you have the power to change instantaneously. And so ask yourself that simple question, what do you love? When you feel that negativity overpower you, the first thing to do is, if possible, get out of the immediate influence of negativity. If it's somebody or a situation or a memory that comes up for you, or just a feeling that arises in you, remove yourself from any obvious negative influences, and then just ask yourself, what do I love? What do I love? What do I love? What's my favourite colour? What colours do I like? There's always colours around you everywhere. And there'll be something. So give that little trick a go, and it'll show you that within a short moment that you'll start to get a bit of momentum going on, and before you know it, you're out of that negative bout. So you don't want to be in a negative bout. You don't want to have negativity going on. For as soon as you catch it, shift it as best you can. I know it's challenging sometimes. I'm human. I have life too, I know what it's like. That, sometimes it's really challenging to shift that. But remove yourself from any obvious negativity and ask yourself, what do you like? What do you like? So as a little treat, there's something else that can be really, really useful to fall back onto when things are not okay for you on a mental, emotional or physical level. And remember, the mental level is a very light vibrancy, and the emotion is a deeper, richer, wider vibrancy, and your physical body is well, not solid, but as good as solid, and dense energy. So by the time something has created in your body, it's not your body's fault. Don't attack your body. Don't chuck medication at it and run off to get healed by somebody, the doctor or whatever. Take control. You have the full control within your system, within your brain, within your feelings, and start with shifting how you're feeling. It's massively effective, and it starts with something sweet and simple like, what do I love? And just look around, let your mind think of what do you love, and let that influence you. And there are other things you can do to encourage the shift if something is really you've got a bit of negative momentum going on, or something is negatively affecting you. You might need to work on yourself a little bit more. Check that your breathing is nice and deep. Force your body to breathe slowly and deeply, and you're giving your body a sense of everything's okay. And physically, you're forcing your blood to go around your body nice and steadily in a beautiful way. And there's no panic. You're feeding, the blood is getting around with this lovely deep breathing. You're feeding your whole, every cell in your body. Your blood knows what to do. Flood the blood around your body. Breathe deeply and slowly. Do you need to drink some water? Do you need to get some fresh air? Fresh air and getting out into nature is a fabulous healer. And before you know it, with one and all of these things or more things, your negativity will have shifted. And if it hasn't, maybe things are a little bit deeper for you, more deeply held on to. And, no blame to you, just these things happen. And maybe you've got yourself in a bit of a pattern there. And they'll think, but you don't know this situation, and that happened, and this, I can't get out of that because of, well, at the end of the day, you have the full control of your thoughts and your feelings. Nobody and nothing. You're living there in your body. That's you. That's your feelings. That's how you feel how your thoughts in your head. That's how you feel in your body. Nobody in this planet and in the galaxy feels exactly like you do, and nobody else is in the center of you, only you. And you have the full control and capacity to change things, only you. Isn't that great? How much power you've got, really. And even, if you've got incurable diseases, or if you have symptoms that are just dreadful and just drive you crazy every day, check your breathing. Check that you've drunk some water. Do you need to eat? Do you need to sleep? Are you going to bed early? Do you need to remove something or some situation? Change something about your life? Is there something you need to remove? But the quick fixes start with how you're feeling right this second and right this moment. Asking yourself, what do you love? Okay, so what I suggest that you do is, apart from use this quick instant fix that will filter through to your emotions, and your emotions will think, oh yeah, what do I love? Love is good. And your emotions get a nice reaction there. And your emotions are very obedient. They follow what you focus in your mind, in your will, in your focus, and your emotions will follow. And so will your body. Your body is not separate to you. It's not a box you live in. It's not a thing you live in. It's not a mechanical object. It's you. It's you in physical form. So when you are focused on where you want to be focusing, your emotions will follow, and that means your body too. And if it doesn't follow immediately, stick with it. Be patient with yourself, and trust that do it on a regular basis. Do it especially when you need it most, and it works. But have trust in yourself. And if negativity and discomfort is sticking around a bit for you, keep this going. Have a nice warm bath. Do some exercise. Get some movement in your body. Call a good friend. Have a cry. Do what you need to do to address your needs. And so what I encourage you to do is to write down, I call it a feel-good list. And this is a really good list to have with you in front of wherever you are a lot, in maybe your kitchen or your bathroom mirror, or the door that you keep going through all the time, or perhaps in your bedroom somewhere that you see it, you can't avoid it, this list. And you pin this list up of all the things that make you feel wonderful and all the things that make you feel good. And you write all these things on the list, things I love. So when you're having a struggle moment and things are really tough for you, it's your go-to list, and pick something on the list and just do it. And when you are feeling okay and you make this list, when you're in a good mood, and they're all things you love. That's that favorite tea, or that's that favorite holiday, or that favorite program, or that's favorite dish, or favorite friend, or whatever it is. Breathing deeply, have a nice warm bath. Any of the things I mentioned, what are the things you love? Write it down on that paper and put the paper in somewhere that you're always going to see daily. And, your mind's eye is going to see that list all the time, whether you read it or not. And when you're feeling rough and you're having a tough day, grab that list, pick something from it and get on and do that thing. But for an instant fix, start with the what do I love? So it's training yourself, training your mind, how to shift into a pleasant place, to a good feeling place, to a loving place. And be patient, be persistent, and keep sticking at it. Check your breathing is deep, and drink water if you need water, get into the fresh air, and you will find that your feelings and your mood will shift, and then so too will your body follow. Your body is all part and parcel of you. It is you. Your body is just a physical form, and it will follow suit. Okay, so if you want to explore how this can work for you, the pain-free method, and if you want to talk about what's happening, what symptoms you're dealing with, and what's underneath your symptoms for you, and what's happening in your life and your thoughts and your feelings, and what you're dealing with in your life, how has that developed into a physical thing for you? If you want my help to look at and explore the patterns for you, and it's always easier asking someone else, isn't it? It's like a good friend, it's always easier to help someone else to look at the outside, looking in, to be objective and see the patterns. And with me, you get the benefit of almost 30 years of clinical, therapeutic, complementary experience and knowledge about training about the body, and about the body, and how we influence what happens within us. So you get the benefit of all those years of experience and guidance to get out of any negative patterns if you're struggling with something. And the call is free. I offer a 45-minute call. So I'll post the link to book yourself onto a free call with me, and let's explore what's going on for you. Because if the patterns are set and there's no change, and that's developed into a physical thing, then unless you change the patterns, it will still continue to create the physical things. And you may have heard of people who have cancer, for example, and have things cut out only for it to develop somewhere else. Or, they solve one thing and take medication for one thing, and then something else comes up. Perhaps they have headaches, and then it comes up as a rash later on. The source is not changed. And that comes from you, how you're feeling, how are you thinking, how are you feeling in your physical body, what do you do in a daily life, and is life good for you? Are you living in a great space? Do you love your life? Are you expanding and exploring and expressing in the world with the gold dust that you are, of expressing yourself in the world? Are you doing that? Because if you're not, and you're in a rough patch right now, then naturally your body will react to your feelings and react to your thoughts. So let's get it sorted. You don't have to be in pain. There are beautiful, simple ways to shift things for you, so you're feeling fab, and no matter what you've been through, and no matter what you're dealing with. Okay, so book yourself up with a call. There are some spaces left for next week, and I will look forward to talking to you and getting you out of any negativity. We'll discuss, what would be the roots of creating. What are the roots that have been creating your pain? Because sometimes it's not always easy to see, isn't it? It's not that obvious when we're dealing with daily life and living it. Okay, so have a lovely evening, and look back at the last video of last week if you want to go ahead and do step one of the three-step process of the pain-free method, of using the pain as a focus, and how to use that to clear the pain, clear the symptoms, and that's the one from last week. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.